Several city bus drivers tell News 12 they were fired for no reason, but their boss says he has video proof they were in the wrong. The update after Lotto.
Across America with Mega Jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
Good evening, I'm Carol Blackman. It's Tuesday, January 14th, and tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $30 million. To win the jackpot, all you have to do is match all 5 white balls plus the gold mega ball. Good luck. First number tonight is 4. Up next is 69. That's followed by 23. Then we have 26. And our final white ball is 62. Time now for the gold mega ball, and that's 13. The winning numbers again are 4, 69, 23, 26, 62, and the gold mega ball is 13. Now, if no one matches all 6 numbers, Friday's jackpot could be $41 million. Good luck.
Here's something criminals sure won't like to hear. More cameras are now up and running, so you can be up and running.
Plus, investigators hope surveillance cameras can give them some clues as to who would vandalize donated cars about to be auctioned to help those in need.
You're watching News 12 in high definition with breaking news.
Good evening, I'm Richard Rogers.
And I'm Meredith Anderson. First, we want to start with that breaking news, a traffic stop that actually turned into a police chase that ended in a motorcycle crash not too long ago. Richmond County Dispatch confirms it all started on Windsor Spring Road, but it ended right there, as you can see, on Broad Street and 15th Streets when the motorcycle driver crashed.
News 12 hearing initial reports that the motorcycle rider may have actually fired shots at deputies. We spoke to a man who saw the chase fly by him.
I saw this motorcycle. He was probably doing about 100, 110 miles an hour, and he come by me and he flew by me, and all of a sudden I seen about 8 or 10 cop cars right behind him. They were flying, and he wiped out right here at the red light.
The motorcycle rider transported to GRU for treatment. We'll let you know more as we get more details.
3 city bus drivers are talking to 12, claiming they were fired unfairly. That was Sunday.
Tonight, you'll hear from their boss, who has a different story to tell. News 12's Christy Etheridge sat down with McDonald Transit GM Quintarius Brown. And Christy, he's only been here in Augusta since August, but several people have already been fired.
That's right, Richard. And the drivers are complaining he's firing people left and right. But Brown says at the end of the day, the drivers terminated just didn't meet the standard.
You hire yourself, you promote yourself, and you also fire yourself.
That's McDonald Transit GM Quintarius Brown's response to these 3 drivers who claim they were fired unfairly.
At the end of the day, like I said, when you're right, you're right. When you're wrong. So if you're wrong in that instance, you're not going to work for this company, especially if you're not doing things safely.
After receiving a complaint, Brown and his staff started looking at videos captured from the several cameras located on the buses. And what he found was alarming.
Drinking while driving, which is a no-no, eating while driving, making unauthorized stop, texting on devices while driving, reading documents while driving.
All safety hazards that Brown says are unacceptable by state and federal law.
Some might say this is a clearing out. I'm saying this is an improvement. That what we're doing here, because we're holding people accountable.
Pamela Williams drove an ADA bus for the disabled. While we didn't get to see her video today, Brown says she was fired because she didn't exhaust every option to transport a client.
When they're calling our service, that means a family member, a friend, or a neighbor cannot take them, so they're relying on our service.
It's something that hits home with Brown.
I've been a primary care attendant for my little sister who's never walked a day in her life, so I take ADA, I take reasonable accommodation very serious, very, very serious, because I live with it.
He says all the changes in the past few months have been to improve the company, something he explains in an interesting metaphor.
APT, Augusta Public Transit, is the last girl to be asked to the prom. I'm here to take the girl to the prom with everybody else, and not only that, but be the king and queen of the prom in doing so.
Brown wouldn't say how many people have been fired, except confirm the 3 who we talked to. But he did say he's also promoted 6 people since he got here and that he is currently hiring drivers.
Well, Christy, I understand one of those drivers is actually taking legal action?
That's right. Pamela Williams told me she plans to appeal the decision in committee first and then possibly file a wrongful termination suit.
All right, Christy, keep us posted.
Will do.
Talking weather and traffic now, we're taking a look at how things are moving at Walton Way and 15th Street. Pretty quiet out there. A mild, dry night, too. But Shane, we are looking at a windy day tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we're going to notice that as we head through the midday and afternoon hours tomorrow. The winds are going to pick up out of the west at around 7 to 14. Could have gusts up there around 20 to 25 miles per hour. So a little breezy for you tomorrow afternoon. Tonight, though, it's quiet. We're clear. Temperature at 39. Dew points mid-30s and the winds are calm. So more than likely mid to upper 30s is how we're going to bottom out through the overnight hours. Here's a look at it. Satellite and the radar combined. Temperatures been dropping off. Westerly winds here died off a little bit, but you can see some clouds back up here to our north and west, even a little bit of precipitation up there. That's racing south and eastward along a little clipper that's going to work its way toward our area, and that'll bring us the gusty winds for tomorrow. Here's how it's going to go. 37 out the door at 8 a.m. Chilly start, mostly sunny at midday, but a few more clouds at times as we have between midday and late afternoon, with temperatures dropping as it gets a little colder out there. Some clouds with this. That's about all we're expecting. We'll take a look at the rest of the work week and your weekend coming up. Richard?
Thank you, Shane. North Augusta moving ahead with the plan to expand its security camera network. We caught up with a crew laying the groundwork for a camera at the Greenway parking lot just off Five Notch Road today. The city decided to take action after a series of break-ins involving cars parked at Riverview Park and in those lots all along the Greenway, including an SUV owned by the public safety chief himself. City leaders decided to spend $180,000 for this camera network.
Interstate 585 in Spartanburg is back open tonight after a bridge collapse yesterday. Crews worked around the clock to tear down what was left after a lift on the back of a truck just ran into it there. The bridge was scheduled to be replaced starting in September, and officials say they're not sure it can be rebuilt any faster than that.
From the crime team tonight, a man arrested today in Evans accused of trying to meet up with a mother and her 14-year-old daughter for sex. 45-year-old Gregory Young charged with criminal attempt at aggravated child molestation. Young posted on Craigslist, and then an undercover officer started chatting with him. That was back in September of last year, allegedly. That conversation continued all the way until Young's arrest this morning.
The Salvation Army needs your help after some vandals made a mess of 4 cars in its downtown parking lot. Investigators say the person or people behind all of this threw rocks and bottles at donated vehicles. All were set to be auctioned off to raise money for local drug and alcohol rehab programs. The Salvation Army says because of these crooks, some people might not get the help they need.
It is discouraging just because we see the staff here work so hard, and the donors are so important, and they do so much by giving to the Salvation Army.
You can still donate cars through January 28th, and the auction is actually the 1st of February. We've got all the details posted on our website, WRDW.com.
We're continuing coverage on an Augusta commissioner behind on his property taxes. Marion Williams was in favor of raising property taxes during budget talks last year when the tax commissioner's office says he was already past due on his own. On the clerk of court website, we also found the city has placed 2 liens on Williams' property. Right now, his full past due tax bill is nearly $3,000 for 2013. It's caused some tension between commissioners.
Don't worry about my colleagues. Them haters. Don't worry about the haters. They motivate me.
I don't think it's hating on anybody. I think it's everybody's responsibility as far as owning property in Augusta, Richmond County.
Tax commissioner's office says Williams has set up a payment plan, and as long as he pays, they won't sell his property. Commissioner Williams is not alone either. The city is owed a total of $14 million in delinquent property taxes for last year.
South Carolina lawmakers are back to work in Columbia. The 2014 legislative session began today, and a local issue is already taking center stage. Walther Potato Farms plans to pump billions of gallons of water out of the South Edisto River every year in Aiken County. State Senator Chip Campson of Charleston is working on a bill now that could put a stop to that. He thinks if you're taking that much water, it should require a permit. More than 2.3 million children are living with a long-term unemployed parent, and today a Senate bid to extend benefits for those parents failed to pass twice. No deal has come together yet after days of negotiations between Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid and 8 Republican senators. The issue here, how to pay for the benefits and how long to renew them. The bill could cost anywhere from $6 to $25 billion.
We're on your side with information tonight you might want to consider when getting a new credit card. The U.S. Public Interest Research Group says Capital One is the most complained about card right now. Most complaints to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau starting in 2011 were about that company. Capital One is followed by Citibank Bank of America, and Chase when it comes to complaints. JP Morgan says it's replacing 2 million credit and debit cards following the security breach at Target. As many as 110 million Target customers are affected by the hack. And now luxury retailer Neiman Marcus says it was also breached during the holidays. Experts say they're expecting other major retailers were hit also by cyber criminals as well.
And tomorrow on News 12 this morning, I'll let you know how to go through the process of signing up for that year of free credit monitoring that Target is offering. It's one we're familiar with, those of us who had to file with South Carolina after the security breach there with the Department of Revenue. So some good information there you need to know. You only have until April 23rd to get that done.
A good idea for anybody with a credit card.
For anybody. Coming up on News 12 at 11, a word of warning about your internet bill. If you're using the web to stream videos or watch movies, you could end up having to pay even more. Why a judge says it's only fair.
And we're talking weather headlines here. A little windy out there tomorrow. Westerly winds at 7 to 14 and gusty through the afternoon, but mid-20s coming back. It's going to get cold at night, but a drier weather pattern for the most part. We'll take a look coming up.